Hi Nick.
Hi Paul, how you doing?
Good, welcome to 25.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, and to you. So I've got a question for you. Is it easier to develop a product like Lumin with hardware, firmware, software, cloud services, app layers, and all the things that connect it, or renovate a house?
Oh wow, tough question. It's been a big year for me personally with trying to manage a home renovation for my family as well as doing everything that we're doing here at Lumin. And for yourself, you've been away over the holidays, I think.
I went to New Zealand, and this time it wasn't just jumping on a plane to go to a meeting. I actually went there as a tourist and spent some time in the North Island and really got an appreciation for how beautiful a country it is to visit and spend some time. So I suppose getting down to it, as much as people want to hear about your renovation and my holiday, I think the idea of this, let's call it an informal podcast, is really to chat about, reflect quickly on last year, and maybe give a few insights, a few tips, a few sneak peeks of what might be coming for people as well.
I think we can do that, for sure. But I think not everyone might actually know really who we are.
So, should we tell them?
Yeah, why not? So
that's very presumptuous.
Yeah. So I'm Nick Marfleet. I'm one of the co-founders and CTO at Lumin.
I'm the other co-founder. My name's Paul Wilson, and I'm the CEO at Lumin. So Nick and I have obviously worked very closely for a long time on the product, but it's not just us now. We're getting bigger.
Right. We are. It's been a big year of growth, both for our user base and our customers and our villages, but also internally with the team that we have and lots of new faces, which has been really exciting.
And some incredible talent.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think one of the things I've realised is that being, I suppose, a founder, you know what you know, and you bring other senior people into the organisation, and all of a sudden you realise, to get from A to B, there's a process and a system. And I think it'd be fair to say last year a big part of what we did was to look at our systems and processes focused around the key metrics of the business, which obviously have to have money as part of it, but also about engagement and trust. There are three key metrics.
As we grow our team, to make sure that element of trust is placed at the heart of everything that we do internally, and that projects out as well, so that you guys using the products, hopefully see that. You see the reliability, the resilience, and the support that you have when things don't go right. That we're there for you to help you every step.
Because we're not perfect.
We're not perfect. No,
we've got some work to do still. I think one of the other huge pieces of work we did last year was launch Lumin on people's own devices.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And what does that mean? It means what, iPad?
Yeah, so the regular any smartphone, modern smartphone that you have and are happy to use will support Lumin, and likewise for tablet devices as well. So it's really exciting because it's expanding the Lumin ecosystem beyond our own screen and hardware, which still plays a really pivotal role in the Lumin ecosystem, but now we can stretch beyond that. So people who are more tech savvy, more comfortable with their mobile phone or their tablet can access all of their Lumin content through that.
In the end, it'll be a blend, I feel.
I think it will, because we have such a diverse user set, from people who are super tech savvy and have all their devices that they are comfortable using, through to those people who don't have a mobile phone, are not so tech savvy or struggle with the devices a little bit more these days, and that's where the Lumin screen can come in. I think all of this comes back to our ethos of leave no person behind.
The thing that I'm really proud of is that we have a solution that can deal with perhaps the most vulnerable people in an aging place setting in their home.
I think that's right. We have our flagship Lumin hardware that acts as the home hub and provides all of the duress and smart home capabilities that you can't get from a smartphone in the same way. Right the way through to people who are on the run at the shops and on holiday, and they want to stay in touch with their community and keep receiving their messages.
Yep. We've had people say to us, oh yeah, but the tech-savvy generation, they're going to be coming in with mobile phones, which I completely agree with. But I think what you've got to recognise is, for a lot of people, technology, regardless of how savvy they are with tech, it can become more challenging over time. It could be early to mid stages of cognitive impairment. It could be vision issues, dexterity issues, or they just don't trust the security of the device they've got, and they're looking for a solution that can block inbound calls that aren't in the directory around privacy and security. And I think that's something that's really hit a chord with a lot of our customers recently, that ability to support someone living with mild cognitive impairment and really protect their privacy and their security, which is something that we've done really efficiently, and we can do because we own the ecosystem.
Absolutely.
I think one of my highlights of last year was winning the Good Design Awards.
Yeah.
And it's the Australian International Good Design Awards. So not only have we been recognised as a product of excellence in Australia, but we've been recognised internationally, and we applied in the social category, but they lumped us into the consumer electronics goods category, which obviously had us up against all the household brands that you would know and recognise.
Yeah, I think we were up against the likes of Samsung and LG Electronics and sort of these really big names in the consumer electronics industry. So it was really nice that they saw what we had done and felt that it warranted moving into that category because of the benefits it provides as a consumer electronics platform.
Yeah, it was a big event. It was great fun.
It was huge. It was great. Yeah.
So, anything else on last year? It was a big year.
I think last year was about growth, maturity, and laying the foundations for really projecting into 2025.
And no small feat. We doubled in most of our key metrics, which we've done year on year now for a number of years. So from a growth perspective, also super exciting. So let's Nick, let's move on and let's talk about this year. Now, obviously, we have got some exciting stuff in the works from a development perspective. We're not going to share it all with you today. They're going to keep, and some of them are longer term projects, so they're not advanced enough that we would share, but it would be fair to say that we're innovating in each area of the business and considering what we can do as a product to make the experience more seamless, more effective, and how we can make lives brighter across entertainment, communication, and of course safety around the Jura stuff that we're doing as well.
Absolutely.
From a development or roadmap perspective, what can we expect in the coming quarter? Let's stick with that.
In the coming quarter, well,
I'm putting you on the spot here. We haven't spoken about this, but
that's quite right. So look, I think I talked about 2024 being a foundational year, and actually, what you haven't seen is all of the work that we've been doing for some of the really big ticket items that we want to bring out this year. So I was lucky enough to go on a road trip with our design lead in the middle of last year. Got a chance to meet lots of you, catch up, talk about the product, what's working, but also to test out our ideas around messaging and calendar. Mm-hmm. The two foundation pieces of Lumin around that communication and organisation layer. And that's what you're going to see over the coming months. We understand that those pieces have served us very well because of their simplicity, but we need to add more sophistication, better usability, better functions to really help people in their communication, whether they're in the village or in independent living.
Now we've got thousands of customers on board. We have a volume of requests, right? And we can really think about those requests and how they align with our values as a company.
A key metric for us is around how engaged you are with the platform. And that comes to the heart of why we are revamping messages and calendar, because we believe there's lots of room to improve that experience, to make it richer. Messages now is send a message, receive a message. We're going to move to something that's more like a chat experience, a bit of a blend of an email and chat functionality.
And so chat being something like WhatsApp?
Yeah, like a WhatsApp or an iMessage sort of thing. So ability to send messages back and forth, to actually drive a conversation which is why we're calling it, internally at least, Lumin Conversations.
It is interesting, even from my personal point of view. You've got all these amazing platforms on your phone, but I'm losing track. I've got 20 different WhatsApp groups. I've got messages on iPhone with groups of friends. Then I'm looking back and there's Facebook message groups from years ago, and I'm actually feeling a little overwhelmed with all the different ways that I can connect with people. And I think the idea of Lumin is to really simplify that and bring it into one ecosystem. Fantastic. Hey Nick, what else might we be delivering in the near future that we've been working on for a long time and has been requested for a long time that's pretty exciting and a little bit different?
Well, I'll tell you what if I said to you, hey Lumin?
No. Really? What will it say back?
It might say, what would you like me to do? Say, call Paul.
Call Paul, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think voice is something that we needed to do right. You know, we've been working on this in the background for years. But of course, we've got to align the voice so it works with our privacy, with the way that we develop the product, so we don't jeopardise our trust. How we can develop it with a privacy first frame of mind.
It's all about bringing the AI that everyone knows about now down onto the Lumin screen, so that it's all private, it's all self-contained, and it's quick. So that you can say, hey Lumin, call Paul, and it will be able to respond. Or you could say, help, 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 or something of that nature, so that we can integrate that duress capability as well.
So there'll be elements of voice delivered, certainly. And by duress, we mean if there's an event and there's a concern for your well-being, you could press on our emergency pendant, you could press on the screen, you could press on the button.
Yep.
But if you don't have any of these things as a backup, maybe you could call that something like help, help, help. And assuming we can get it reliable, that would be something that would also trigger an emergency duress call that could go out to family or friends or to a third party 24/7 call centre. Is that what we're talking about?
That's it. Look, I think this all comes back to trust again. All of it, right? We want to deliver a voice-enabled solution because we can see the huge benefits that will provide, but we've got to make sure that the privacy is there, that the reliability is there, and that the security is there.
Yeah. And of course, if anyone is watching, if you would like to form part of our beta test group, what that means from a technical perspective is rather than rolling out new features to everyone straight away, we roll it out to a group of people that choose to be part of the test group. And of course, that experience might not be optimal at all times. You know, if you buy into the beta group, you're helping us develop the product. But it's pretty exciting as well to be at the forefront. Yeah,
look, if you're the sort of person that really likes to play with new things and experiment and be the first to get the updates, then we would love to have you on board.
I'll be really interested to get your feedback on this style of format. It's great to be able to talk plainly about what we're doing. There are a few things veiled in secrecy for good reason. But we're really keen to include our customers in the development of the product. And I'd be really interested to see, certainly if you see this on social or YouTube, to subscribe or to like this. That'll really help us understand or comment, give us some more feedback. If this is our first try, I think we'll refine it. But I think it's a good start.